Welcome to Podwires Daily, and this is Miko Santos. On today's episode is brought to you by Podwires Marketplace, empowering your podcasting vision with suite of creative solution at your fingertips. On this week's headlines, understanding Singapore podcast listening habits and preference, the rise of digital audio and transforming marketing in Australia, Radiodays Asia, the future of audio and radio in Asia. Here's the details. Understanding Singapore's podcast listening and habits and preferences. The most famous educational podcasts are in Singapore, with 28% of the monthly listeners. The Branding in Asia website has reported a study by On Device, a brand lift measurement company. The revelation, according to the research, podcast listening in Singapore stands at average of 1.8 hours per day. Technology, self-improvement, and business are the subjects of interest that are most popular in podcasts among Singaporeans. The least popular topics are fashion, celebrity rumors, and conspiracy theories. Podcasts are more popular in Singapore during weekend evening than in Australia and the UK. Daily podcast listeners are 67% more likely to listen to broadcast radio. 81% prefer podcasts on mobile. Popular podcast platforms included YouTube and Spotify. Listening was driven by 58% entertainment and 34% commuting. The rise of digital audio transforming marketing in Australia. It's booming in digital audio for Australia, with radio broadcasting to reverse audience via AM, FM, and DAB Plus station, according to Commercial Radio and Audio, the Audio Age report. The revelation: live stream radio is broadcast online, can be listened to on computers, smartphones, and smart speakers. Digital audio includes live streaming radio, podcasts, and other content. This includes how to leverage first-party data and segmentation for targeting strategies, how to maintain consistent presence within the market, and how to leverage Australian radio, audio, network, and podcast audience profiles. Naturally, this means maximizing conversion with audio entails the use of trackable outcomes via digital audio and dynamic creative for customized messaging. Commercial radio reach 82% of Australian population, and those are really good complement that's worked cohesively with digital audio and other channels. Radiodays Asia, the future of audio and radio in Asia. Radiodays Asia is the only conference in Asia for radio, audio, and podcasts. Radiodays Asia is a professional international meeting place for radio, audio, and podcasting industry in Asia-Pacific region. It's aimed to share experience, provide insight into international trends in media, new technology, content development, and business opportunity. Radiodays Asia let you learn about the future of radio and podcasting and be prepared for media and business. The conference will start on September 2 to 4 at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Registered now. Anyway, elsewhere. In Malaysia, it's digital audio and its podcasts that are leading the charge in Malaysia as creators target particular interests and demographic with their series. This new format is gaining popularity. In the Philippines, Spotify really rules the Philippines podcasting ecosystem. It was actually its foray into video podcasts that drove its popularity to the next level and changed the game for so many top and aspiring creators. In Singapore, Simon Lee of Triton Digital discussed how to remove the barriers to to purchasing digital audio in Asia in this interview with John Steele of Exchange Wire. In Australia, Australian monthly podcast listening outpaced US listening in 2022 and stay on percentage point ahead. That's the news for today. And this is Miko Santos. Thank you so much. Appreciate you taking your time. See you next week. And also don't forget to subscribe to our Podwires newsletter. That should be on the show note. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend.